Get ready, get set. It's a first look with the Oh Brother Podcast. Welcome back to another First Look with the Oh Brother Podcast. Mike, we're back. We're going to do a first look on, is this thing on? That
yeah, and
might
this
ring
is
a bell
kind of
with you, Mike.
yeah, this kind of rings a bell because I did a couple of years of stand-up comedy, most of it open mic nights, so I didn't get paid,
Mm-hmm.
and it was torture. At the time, there was a movie called Punchline
Yes,
with
Tom
Tom
Hanks.
Hanks that came out, and Sally Field.
That's right.
But Tom Hanks isn't a great stand-up. He should have never been cast. I love Tom Hanks, but he should have never been cast.
Yeah, and I think, and that's interesting you bring that point up because I think in this film, and we'll see, because again, it's a first look, folks, never seen
Right.
it, totally cold look, first impressions, and I think this is Will Arnett making an attempt to get into stand-up comedy. It's not somebody who's been doing it, whereas Tom Hanks's character in Punchline, we're kind of seeing him, I think, already established.
He was,
as a stand-up, but you're right. I mean, Hank's a very funny comedic actor, but
right.
that's a lot different than being a stand-up comic.
Oh, believe me, those are different animals. And I'll tell you, the toughest thing about doing stand-up is you do 2 shows on a Friday and a Saturday,
Mhm.
and you do the exact same material. The first show, they're laughing hysterically. The
Mhm.
second show, crickets. I mean, that's the way it goes. Your ego goes up and down.
Mhm.
And if you can't take that, this is not, you actually were too young.
I was witness to a crime. I remember
you were too young to get into the nightclubs
Yeah,
back
it was a
then.
crime against humanity where I was outside the entry doors to the club, and just sitting out in the hallway.
Great set. Did a
Yeah.
great set. I thought it was hysterical.
And every now and then the doors would swing open. The waiter would come in and out, and I'm like, when are you going on? Is he going on? Or
And
like,
I
what's
come
happening?"
walking out after my set. I come walking out, and you're like,
Yeah,
"Did you go on?"
with your tape recorder that
My
you had.
recorder. And I didn't get a single laugh.
Right.
And I
Well,
remember that's
a
your
lot of-
biggest nightmare.
A lot of laughs on the way home in the car.
That's what I was gonna say. That's your biggest nightmare, to go up and bomb. But we were laughing uncontrollably on the way home. I
Yeah.
had tears in my eyes. Like, I can't believe this joke, it died. And
Yeah.
you used to help me write some of the material.
Yeah, I remember we would work it out in your living room in your home at the time when I was
Yeah.
living there with you. Yeah, that was great memories. One of my favorite punchlines to one of your jokes was like, "Get me some giraffe." Is this thing on? So it's kind of poignant that we would. All right, let's get into this trailer, Mike, and see what's up with Will Arnett
right.
here.
Another one?
Yeah, why not?
All right, Alex Novak, downstairs in 2 minutes.
That's me.
Well, you better head down there then.
Where?
Just straight behind you, down the stairs.
Hey, what up, man?
How you doing?
When you see the light, just get off, right?
These straight women's experiences.
There you go.
Like,
Just talk to him. Have fun.
Comedy seller.
Tell a joke.
I think I'm getting a divorce. What tipped me off was that I'm living in an apartment on my own. Yeah. And my wife and kids don't live there. That was probably the biggest clue. Not exactly sure what happened. Came home from work one day. Someone said, "Is this thing over?" Pretty sure it was her. Probably should have paid attention. That's what she meant about not paying attention.
The real relationship is finding somebody you can also be unhappy with. Somebody who has your back. We stopped having each other's backs.
So what, you tell jokes?
Well, I mean, I try. It's more like kind of funny stories from my life. And Oh, honey, I had no idea your life was this bad.
Yeah, what's funny about your life?
This is why she threw you out.
Are you gonna be okay?
I'm gonna be okay. I'll be okay.
Mike, in theaters December 19th, Bradley Cooper, written and directed by Bradley Cooper. So I think we're going to, there's going to be an emotional tone in the film somewhere, even though it's, it's talking about a stand-up comic
Right.
here, a guy that's
Right.
getting into stand-up comedy. But here's the IMDb, the quick synopsis. As their marriage unravels, Alex faces middle age and divorce, seeking new purpose in the New York comedy scene. Meanwhile, his wife, Tess, confronts sacrifices made for their family, forcing them to navigate co-parenting and identities. So there's the kind of emotional angle that we're going to get in the film. So what's your thoughts on the first
Well, I
impression?
wasn't sure if this was really Will Arnett doing
Mhm.
stand-up, and I don't know if Will Arnett has done stand-up. I assume he has.
No, I don't think he has.
Oh,
I
okay.
believe he's talked about that on his podcast with Sean Hayes, who's in the film, and Jason Bateman, of
Jason
course.
Bateman, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Man,
Smart ones.
like, a lot of that hits me when I
I
see
know.
that,
know.
that rhythm and, the quiet and then
Mhm.
the few chuckles um,
And I
but
don't think you have to. I think there's something universal about that vulnerability that you don't even, because as I'm watching it, I've never been on stage doing stand-up comedy
right.
before. I feel it. I'm like, "Ooh, God." You hear the guys beginning, "Tell a joke,"
Right. You
the
know what?
heckling.
You find out when you do stand up is they want you to be funny. They
Yes.
don't wanna heckle you. They
Yeah.
wanna laugh.
I'm not sure if that's as true today, but okay.
Maybe not.
Because
Maybe
with
not.
social media, I can imagine people are just looking to go viral with some nonsense in
And if I
clubs.
was waiting in the wings, if I was like the 3rd person up and I saw the first 2 guys
Mhm.
get heckled, I would come guns blazing.
Yeah.
But there is something unique about it. Now, I should point out I was married when I was doing stand-up comedy, and I'm not married now, but it had nothing to do with the stand-up, so
Well, what we didn't say, this is a biopic on Mike's life, actually, is what this film is about. And playing Mike will be Will Arnett. Laura Dern plays Tess, his ex-wife or wife that, they're getting a divorce. And also Sean Hayes, I mentioned, and Bradley Cooper we see is in the film too. We saw him in the trailer there. I don't know now. It might be because I don't recognize their names. I'm sure there's a handful of people that are credited here that are comedians probably in the New York scene,
Ye
but not household names, which I'm glad. I wouldn't want this big A-list of comedians that are cast here. Plus, I
Right,
think it would
right.
probably take away from Will Arnett's performance in the film. And um, I think Will Arnett is one of those guys who he's very funny, but he can go deep too. He's got
Yeah,
some very good dramatic chops as well.
and if you've ever seen Arrested Development, he's hilarious in that.
He is hilarious. Yeah.
And yeah, for me, I'll probably get something different out of this than other
Mhm.
people. I don't know. I'll let you know when we see it.
Yeah, this is one I imagine that we'll see and come back and do a review about because again, the topic is a little bit near and dear to you, and
Yeah.
and I like Will Arnett and Bradley Cooper is no slouch, so it'll
Yeah.
be interesting to see what it does. Again, state of the box office. Don't know how long this is going to last, but
Like,
we'll see.
how many people know Will Arnett? Is he gonna pull an audience in?
It's a good question. Now, I will say the Smart List podcast is super popular.
Right.
So you've got Bateman, Sean Hayes, and Will Arnett. That's a pretty big trifecta there. So, but it is. Although Lego Batman, he's the voice of Lego Batman,
Right.
and right,
Right.
and Ford trucks. Like he does everything. So he's pretty well known, I think. But we'll see. Yeah, it's a good point to make. So.
Jason Bateman is very well known. He does the also
Mhm.
the insurance commercial where he's
Yes.
Bateman. Will Arnett plays Batman in those.
Is it Will Arnett?
It is Will
Is
Arnett.
it Will Arnett in the getup?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't.
Go home
okay.
and do a podcast, Bateman. Oh,
And
that's
I like
hurtful.
that's hurtful. It's funny every time you see it. It's funny every time you see it. So this would be good. And look, December 19th, 2025, this is hitting theaters, and I could see this being a nice little film leading up to the holiday,
Yeah. Yeah,
you
I'm
know?
looking forward to it.
Yeah. All right. Is this thing on December 19th, 2025? That's going to do it for another First Look with the Old Brother podcast. I've been your host, Dan Smith. Alongside me, as always, my brother from the same mother, Mike Smith, and we will see you next time.
Bye, everyone.